Ugh. First off, where to begin? I don't even know how to begin. Well, first off to say, I can't really talk about much, really. A lot has happened, but I can't talk about it. And it's the same crisis I was talking about last time I was on, only it's gotten worse, I think. So I don't know. I have to deal with things today before I take my nap, so better get some coffee because I'm going to need it. This is me going to work on a windy morning. Fun. And here is me getting off of work. Woo-hoo. Hey, how you doing? That's my downcast. I'm not downcast or depressed. I'm just tired. If you hear my voice, I've kind of nearly lost my voice, not because of any sickness, although I have that too. No, that's because I have been spending the past few days on the phone almost constantly, talking, exclaiming very loudly at times what my position is on this crisis, which I can't talk about, but let's just say it involves the kids. Obviously, what else is new? And yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Nobody else would know what I'm talking about except people who know what it's about. Let's just leave it at that. Put it on the record that there's been a crisis and things have settled down for now, but you know, it's just it's not settled down. It's just a lull. Because tomorrow will be a new crisis. Actually, probably the crisis will be averted or there won't be much of a crisis until next Thursday, which is Halloween, and the crises are actually being brought about by a certain malicious entity who, yeah, I guess I can't really talk much about that, but I know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's certain people who come into your life, and when they do, it's one disaster after another, and then when they are out of your life, things calm down. And I can't ever claim to be perfect myself. I guess, at times I have been that person to some people. But yeah, I think a lot of people know what I'm talking about now. That there are people who need to work on themselves intensely, because when they come into people's lives, they bring with them mayhem. That's a good word, mayhem, and create crises where there were none. It's a magical ability to create a crisis out of nothing. And I work, the missus works, the kids, they have school and they have their homework, and this person I'm talking about really doesn't have much in their life. So don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Maybe they got to figure out how to get them busy. But we are trying to do what the most responsible people would do and just minimize contact with that person as much as possible. Unfortunately, that's not always possible. So we have told people that when that person walks in a room, we're going to walk out. And we refuse to have anything to do with that person because they just cannot help themselves but create problems everywhere they go. And I'm not exaggerating by a long shot. I wish I was. I wish it was just a fantasy or a bad dream, but it's not. It's real. This person really creates problems, and the funny thing is that a lesson for all of us is that they don't see themselves as creating problems. They see the problems as external to them, like everything always bad happens to them. And they have nothing to do with it. And I'm like, you should listen to your stories, because keep doing the same things over and over and over again and getting the same result and having the same kind of trouble and blaming everyone else but yourself. And the only common denominator in this person's life with them and all their troubles is that they're the center of it. So, and it's just blindingly obvious, same old story. We've all heard this before. We all know the situation like this and people like this. So I have to run an errand, of course, before I can take my nap, but I'm going to have some coffee and maybe, my version of a bartender is a barista. Ooh, excuse me. So I'm going to maybe drown my sorrows with a little caffeine and good conversation, or just bad gossip. I don't know. Anyways, I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it.